Hey guys, I am going to come on here real time. Hopefully this will be able to stay real time to show you, kind of talk you through a little bit of the technique that I'm going to be showing you today for Let's Get Messy Wednesday. I just got this small gel plate and it is about 4 inches in diameter. And I have been playing around with some different inks, and I ended up going with Catherine Pooler inks. And so I'm going to be using these 3 colors here, Sauna, Polished, and Daydream. And I was practicing on just printer paper for these. And oh wait, there's one more I'm going to be using. That is Flirty Fuchsia. But I was practicing on some printer paper, but what I want to do is do the gel printing directly on this pad of paper. I'm using a collection and I hate to do this because look at this awesome page I'm going to be covering up, but that's just what you have to do, right? So this is Escape by Heidi Swapp Art Walk, but I really want to use this side because I think it will add some nice texture for all of my layering of inks here. Okay, so I'm not going to be using these. I'm just going to be using these to refresh my memory of how I created these different images. And gosh, I probably should have, I'm not going to worry about it. I was going to say I probably should have put out my square, but I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to start with, for this technique, you will need a brayer. You will need a gel plate. Now, for this one, I'm using the round one. If you have a small square one, you could do it in squares. Or you could do this using any gel plate and then just cut your pieces out in a circle if you want to. So I'm using Polished, and you will need a brayer, like I said. And I'm just going to roll the ink over the gel plate here. And I don't necessarily want it to be perfect. You'll see what I mean. Okay. Oh, this is the nerve-wracking part, right? Don't mess up, Tisa. Don't mess up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and commit. I'm going to press the gel plate down, just rubbing all over. And then I'm going to pull it up. And there you have the first layer. Now, because I don't want the colors to mix too much, I'm going to wipe off with a baby wipe. Now, I'll be honest, I would prefer to do this with a stamp chamois, but I didn't get my stamp chamois ready in time, so I'm just using a baby wipe. Only because my baby wipes leave like a little, I don't know, little fuzzies on it, which doesn't matter because I am going to be, it's just going to add texture. So this is the one I'm going to make here. So if you can see that, it's got a little texture on there. Now, this very well may not end up the same way because, you know, that's just kind of how mixed media is. I am going to wipe off my, my brayer just because, like I said, these 2 colors, I'm not good with color theory, and I don't want to risk making mud. So you just need a thin coat. Here I am. I got that on the brayer. And I'm going to use this stencil. I apologize. It's from my stash. I don't know where it is or where it's from. But what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to set this down, a piece of computer paper, and I'm going to kind of remove the negative space off of the gel plate. And you can see that there. I'm going to take that off. And now I'm going to line it up over my pink circle and just press firmly all the way around. And you can see the texture that it left with the stencil. Now, it's not exactly the same. Like I said, it's probably not going to be, but this is also dry and this does not have a pattern underneath. So having this pattern underneath is going to make everything look a little bit different than what, you know, my samples are going to look like. Okay, now I'm going to work on this one. And with, I'm going to wipe this down just real quickly. I'm going to go in with the yellow like I did before. Just kind of lay a thin layer there. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to go fast because I really wanted you to get this done, a little bit real time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay that stencil over. And I'm going to go in with my blue and go over it. And now gel plates can be used with acrylic paint, with alcohol inks, lots of different mediums. But the least messy way is with Distress Oxides. And I learned this technique, not with the stenciling or anything, but with just using Distress Oxides from Tiffany, I'm going to say her name wrong, Salerno on YouTube. She's awesome with like mixed media stuff. I'm going to try to get this lined up the best I can. Press down. Let's see what we have. Awesome. I love it. What do you guys think? Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of this here on fast forward a little bit for you. I did just want to at least show you the process a little bit in real time so that you knew exactly how I was using this gel plate. And you guys, I'm having so much fun just experimenting with this. And I have made a couple card bases, which I'm going to share on my channel coming up, and just so much fun. And by using inks rather than acrylic paints, it is really it's not messy. It's really not that messy. Don't get me wrong, I really want to try using my gel plate with acrylic paints, but sometimes I just am not in the mood to get messy, or my desk is too messy in order for me to get more messy, which is the case right now. Oh my goodness. And you will see in a few minutes, like so much stuff you'll notice getting piled around me, and I truly apologize for that. I just was all over the place with this layout, and I just ended up making just like my room is a total disaster. So here's the last circle that I am doing here. And now I'm going to go through some of the pages or some of the papers in this collection. And again, it's Art Walk by Vicki Boutin. And you can find this at My Little Scrapbook Store, their online shop, or you can message Michelle directly through her Facebook page if you don't see it in the shop. I do know they have it in stock. Whether or not she has it in the shop yet or not, I'm not sure, but it doesn't need to be listed in the shop in order for you to purchase it. You'll just have to message her through Facebook. So I'm trying to kind of see what I want to back my photo with, and I end up going with a lighter pink and then a darker pink. I think I end up pulling something else in besides what's on there, but now I want to add a little bit more to this. So I'm using a stamp set from Altenew. I think it's called Weekend Doodles. And I just purchased this. You will see this, you would have seen this in my recent scrapbook haul. And I'm going to stamp these flowers on the left side of that circle, and then on the right side of the bottom right circle. Now, I'm so frustrated because do you see where the two like greenish toned circles are on the right side? That was not supposed to be that way. I was supposed to put the pink one on the right and that bottom greenish one on the left, but I accidentally stamped them the wrong places. But in the end, that top right circle ends up getting mostly covered up, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now that tag there I did make, and I was going to show you the process in this of how I made it. It's actually, those hearts are flocked. And I will show that process in another video because this one was getting way too long, and I just didn't want to keep stuff in there that really wasn't going to remain on the layout. But I was thinking about using that tag to layer with the photo. In the end, I felt like it was just taking up too much room. So I kind of just changed my mind there. I think I'm just kind of playing around with embellishments. I've got that gold ampersand, and I kind of putting stuff around the page, and you'll see where this changes many times before I get finished. Now, I think I did not show it on camera, but I did add also to the layout, and I don't know how I lost this footage, but I added some Bo Bunny glitter paste to the top left circle in like a rose gold color, and then I used the Gina K Glitz glitter gel in the turquoise to the blue circles. Just a little bit of added texture to go on those circles. I'm not going to have much embellishing with this layout. Sorry. The stuff that I got from my little scrapbook store, I got some great sticker, like word stickers, and it came with some corner pieces and some tags. And I was going to use the tag, but then once I colored it and put it on there, the colors were just a little too bright. So I will use that on another project, and you'll see that coming up here in a little bit. So I decided to use these stickers for my stash for my title, and it says Lucky Ones. And this is a picture of my friend Heather and I, and this is a selfie we took when we were shopping in the scrapbook store that we found in in Georgia. So I loved this photo. I ended up switching it to black and white, and I just love how it turned out. Here's that tag that I'm watercoloring with some of the inks, and I just think I went a little too heavy-handed on the color, and you'll see I end up eventually not using it. But I love it. The tag says Dreamers on it. It's kind of embossed, and you can't see it on film, but you can see it in person. So there I kind of attached it to that other tag, and once I realized, no, this is just too much. It's covering up way too much space up there at the top. Here I was thinking about using those corner, what are those called? I don't remember, but those little corner pieces to do like kind of an arrow across the bottom. And yep, I'm going to end up taking that off too. So I'm moving some embellishments around again, and I'm kind of just going to play around for a bit. I wanted to let you all know that we've had a few changes with the ladies in the group. A couple of the ladies had to leave the group for a while, but we do have a new friend joining us, Amanda Kirby, and her link will be below. She does amazing layouts. I hope you will check her out. And of course, check out Dolly. She is below as well, Scrapping on the Go. So definitely check out their links. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and give them some love. I can't wait to see their layouts. I have not seen them yet, but I'm super excited to see what they come up with. So I'm finally figuring out what I'm doing here, and I've got embellishments pretty much where I think they're going to go, and I wanted something to border that photo. So I pulled out these flowers from, I think they're from Whimsical, Paige Evans Whimsical, but they just weren't quite the right colors. So what I end up doing is I end up stamping more of the flowers from the stamp set, and I'm going to watercolor those in and use those as additional embellishments. So here I go. I first wanted to do a layer of black stamping, and this is also from that stamp set. And you don't see it a whole lot, but you do see it peeking out from underneath that flower cluster there. And I really like those subtle effects that you see on scrapbook layouts, where if you looked at it, you might not notice it, but if you compared it with another, as if it wasn't there, you notice the difference. I hope that makes sense. So I moved the Lucky Ones title over to the right, and I stamped out 2 cameras from 2 different stamp sets. The top camera is from a Pink and Main set, and then the bottom camera is from a Chamel Head in the Clouds set. And I did watercolor those as well. I used some Nuvo drops to put in the center of the heart on the top camera and in the middle of the flash on the bottom camera. And this is just a really great idea to use your stamps when you just don't have maybe enough embellishments or the right embellishments to complete your page. I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm going to use that circle on the left for my journaling, so I'm writing in some lines there, and I will do my journaling off camera. But you see, I used an orange little tag that says dream it, wish it, do it, and then another little chipboard piece that says life is short, live it. And those I got from my stash. And then I used some more of those gold thickers, and I pulled 3 different hearts from the thickers and put those, so I've got some of that gold in every corner or every quadrant of the page. Now I want to layer the top and bottom with something, so I used some of that gorgeous pattern paper, and I tore the top edge, and then I'm going to tear the bottom edge just maybe 3/4 of the way across, because I didn't want to interrupt what was going on there over by the title. So here's some close-ups of my layout. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. I would love for you to like this video and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I hope you will come back for more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.